Hey, my name is Giulia, and today I'm going to talk about what helped me personally during the lockdown and hope that these tips might help you too.
Start your
These are
computations.
difficult times for us all, and I'm sure there are many suffering out there like I did too, being locked up at home, most times not even having a garden to escape to. That's why I wanted to share some of the things with you which really helped me, and especially my mental health at that time. The first tip I'm going to share with you is going through old photographs and videos. This point could be controversial for some, since one could argue that this will only make you sadder because you see how uncomplicated life was before. But for me, it was actually therapeutic, because it showed me how life could be and that I could be glad to have experienced all the different things before COVID. And that life like this, in fact, is possible, and maybe not at the moment, but with time. One thing that I did, for example, was writing out all my future plans and making plans together with my friends that I could look forward to. Next, the lockdown finally gave me the time to pursue all the hobbies I didn't have time to do before, and that were also obviously possible under the circumstances. I started, for example, to cook more and try out new recipes, like I think most of us did, since for most grocery shopping was the only thing one could do. I also finally had the time to continue journaling or practice badminton in the garden. So try to use this time which is given to you. Try out new activities or continue old ones. This point, I think, was one of the most helpful things for me, but of course only affects the ones having a garden or a balcony. I was and am very lucky to have a garden in which I can escape to when I feel too trapped inside or need to clear my head or just enjoy the sun. To everyone having one, I would really recommend using it because it gave me even just a little the feeling that I wasn't completely locked up, and especially helped me with relaxing and getting a clear head. Not stressing and accepting the changes was, and still is, probably one of the hardest, but also key points to have a better time during lockdown. If I have to be completely honest, it took me a pretty long time to stop stressing myself, not being in a bad mood because of the pandemic. In fact, I probably think quarantine was one of the most stressful times for me I ever had. I stressed myself for nearly everything: school, calling people, doing everything I promised myself I'd do, etc. The fact that I didn't know when this time would end made everything worse. But from this experience, I learned that stressing yourself doesn't get you anywhere, it only worsens things. And that accepting the situation is really the best thing you can do, because you will stop having so many negative feelings and can use the time so much better. Of course, it was very important for me to use the time on myself, to grow and learn, but staying in touch with people I love the most helped me in times when being myself wasn't so easy, and when I just wanted to speak with someone important to me. I know that many of my friends had difficulty staying in touch, calling or writing, but for me this was essential. Not only did it help me with not feeling too lonely, but also because hearing my friends and family really made my day better. So write to that friend you have been urging to hear, or call someone and hear how they're doing. Because even if you might not need someone to talk at the moment, they might do. A very important thing I learned was that by staying at home without meeting anyone and having the pressure to act or dress in a certain way when going out, for the first time in my life I could focus on just myself. Not only didn't I notice how urgent I needed this self-care time, but it also taught me a lot about me, my feelings, and my problems. I started to invest more time in my mental health and improving it, limiting my stress, which was also a huge problem for me, and recognizing what I really needed and wanted in life. So I ask you to use this time to your benefit. Taking time for yourself is very underestimated, but I think it should be something we commit our lives to. Constantly working on ourselves and improving is what I believe one of the most important things, because only by developing and growing we truly experience living. Do the things that make you happy, that calm you down, and ask yourself the following questions. What do I want to do and achieve in life? How can I make these wishes come true? And what do I have to change in order to fulfill them? Believe me, this can change everything. Another thing that helped me wasn't only spending time on myself, but also with my pets, so my cat and my 4-month-old dog. This not only relaxed me and calmed me down, but also in general strengthened my bond with them, which was really beautiful. So use the time you have at home and play, cuddle, and spend time with your pets. You won't regret it. I know that this point may be not doable for everyone due to the corona regulations and rules, but if you have the possibility to go to places nearby, then please do so. Even though I've lived in Rome for the past few years, and before that always came visiting, due to the travel ban, I finally started exploring places that aren't far away, but actually in my area. Since these were the only trips we could take, we used them to visit places we had never been to before, which was very exciting, but also showed me I didn't have to travel far away to find beautiful landscapes, nature, or architecture. Being grateful for the little things is, in my opinion, something we should practice doing every day, regardless of whether we are in a global pandemic or not. This method of gratefulness not only improves our mindset and therefore makes us a happier person, it can be especially therapeutic during a time where it seems like everything is gone, negative, or hopeless. Start with the little things, like being grateful that the sun shined today, that you didn't have to do homework, or lunch was great, and you will notice that your whole perception of the current situation will change. Last but not least, always remember that this won't last forever. Even though for many this pandemic has changed everything, has caused immense trouble, please remind yourself that even the situation, as hopeless as it seems, won't be like this forever. Science is improving, technology is getting better to make our lives easier, and the governments are trying everything they can to make things for the people as best as possible. This is a time that is hard for everyone, for some sadly more than others, but it's important for everyone to not give up hope and look forward to the future and what it has to offer, because even if things might take time, everyone is doing everything they can to improve the current situation. Let me know if you found these tips helpful, and I just want to say again that I know these times are different for everyone and that many suffer more than others, but I still hope that these tips, even if they might only help a few, can still make a difference. Thank you for watching.